Sorry about the noise. I forgot to mention this passion fruit. It's actually grown a fruit. Hello guys, welcome back to Life Like Igloo. I'm Igloo, the life that is of. Isn't it amazing? I think this might be the first time I've actually had a different background other than that brown one. So I hope you're very excited, because I am. This is the long-awaited and long-promised garden review video. So here we are in my garden, which is technically on our balcony, so it's a quaint garden, but it's a garden nonetheless, and I'm very proud of it because I carried all of the soil up to here by myself, dug it up from the ground like over there somewhere, and now we have all this amazing amount of life that you see in front of you. So I'm just really excited to show it off because it's come a long way. It's been like a whole year of growth, and yeah, I just want to talk to you some of the plants we've got growing, like why we decided to grow what we did, and how rewarding it's been in the year-ish or so that it's been growing. So let me take you through. Thank you, my illustrious assistant, for doing a great job. I can do. You seem a little bit preoccupied.
No, it's okay. I was just replying to them, baby. It's alright.
Okay.
I just have to reply to the chat.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. If you can just show off what I'm gesturing to, that would be great.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start from this end of the plant, which is a little bit younger, and we'll go to the far end, which, if you see, it's practically a jungle over there. So that I feel like that's a good way to go into it. So to start off with, at this very little corner, we've got some nice ivy vines just here. And we bought these from a plant shop nearby, and it was in a tiny little planter, like maybe this big, and it was dying really fast from lack of nutrients.
Clean.
Yeah, I cleaned it.
It's fine. It's clean,
These were getting a bit distressed in the tiny little pot they were in. So we planted it in here, and it looked like it died for a couple of weeks, but it had a massive resurgence, and now it's splitting, and we're hoping it will climb up along this pillar next to us. So, yeah, exactly. So the next one here is actually one that's already yielded us some fruit that we've eaten. This is a Scotch bonnet pepper, and it was very much a late bloomer. It came a lot later than the other things, but it's having a good time now, especially with all the stuff cleared around it. And it's, as you can tell, it's regrowing a little bit because we had a little bit of a storm which shredded a few things up, but it's bouncing back really amazingly, and it managed to get us one Scotch bonnet as well, which is very, very cool, and I'm very pleased with that. And we ate that recently, in fact. So moving along here, there's some sort of all of this here is passion fruit, because we eat a lot of passion fruit, and sometimes we scatter the seeds. Sometimes you can see the sort of shells around here, but yeah, all of these seeds are growing passion fruit, and not all of them not all of them will survive because they prefer to be singular, but we're getting all sorts and absolutely loads, and we're hoping we can actually get some land at some point soon where we can spread them all out. So yeah, and here's one I'm also really proud of. This is purple broccoli. And I know it doesn't look very purple, but it's, compared to the other plants, as you can tell, it's very, very blue compared to, like, the normal green. For example, this avocado plant here. We planted this, by the way, the majority of this is planted from food that we've actually eaten. So this avocado here, and this one down, this avocado here. Mm-hmm. And this one down here, you can see that's quite new. If I clear that space, you can actually still see the seed.
Is that a flower underneath it?
This is a bean flower, because we've just happened to scatter some beans around in here. So this one is actually going to make a bean pod pretty soon.
Could you put it on more so we can actually have it inside?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There we go. And that's going to turn into a nice bean pod. In fact, if you look here, one is already flowered, and you can see a tiny little pod just here. That's going to make us some nice beans, which is lovely. And this, if I show you along this way, this right here is my pride and joy. Well, one of my two pride and joys. This is our tallest avocado plant. You can see it got attacked by caterpillars a little while ago, but I managed to clear them off it. And now it's producing some new branches, and it's over 1 meter tall now, which is absolutely awesome. I'm so proud of that. And you can tell just below it as well, if you go down the stem, there's just at the foot of it, there's a mango tree growing as well. This is from a mango that we've eaten and planted, and you can tell these signature curvy, waxy leaves that change colour as they grow. It's very nice, as well as the nice broccoli in the background. Yeah, so that's the middle section of our planter. And now I'll get you on to the next, I think it was probably my favourite plant in all this, and it's this right here. This is all one plant, and it's a passion fruit. So you saw all those tiny seeds there a few minutes ago. Here is one that's fully grown, and it's absolutely gigantic. It covers all of here. It's gone through all our string which we put up to support it. It's going along this wall. It's even coming out to the other side of that wall a little bit and looping back and forth, and also coming along to the front here. So it's one plant, and it's spanning, it must be tens of meters long by now, like if you count all of its limbs. It must be absolutely gigantic if you stretched it out. I can't even imagine. And yeah, it's even got some new shoots here. This is all from the same plant, and it's absolutely taking over. It's incredible, and it has these wonderful tendrils that they're touch sensitive, so as soon as they feel something they can grab onto, they'll start coiling around it. Like if you see, it clearly liked the feel of this lemon tree here. It grabbed it, and now it's pulling itself to anchor on, and you can see it doing that all over the place. There's hundreds of them, and once they grab onto something they go really stiff as well. It's very hard and woody. It's a very impressive plant. I'm very proud of it.
One thing you haven't shown them is the pineapple.
Yes, oh yeah, I completely glossed over the pineapple, that's true. Down here, literally, if you just cut the leafy part off the top of a pineapple, you can plant it and it will sprout roots. And eventually a shoot will come out of this middle bit here and will produce a new pineapple, which a lot of people think pineapples will come from trees, but they actually come up from the ground, and it's very, very cool. I like that a lot.
There's a second one as well. Right
Yeah,
there.
there's a second one way deeply buried in here. Oh, this is even big. This is getting quite big now as well. It still hasn't ever shoot in the middle.
I think
but
there's another mango.
There's another mango. Oh, that does look like another mango. Wow.
I recognize it from here.
Yeah.
Oh, and the cabbage.
Oh yeah, yeah. And one thing I haven't mentioned, there's a red cabbage here we planted even just a couple of weeks ago, and it's growing spectacularly. It feels very, very nice.
Yeah.
As well as there's a pineapple just there. That's the first one I planted, so it's a little bit more mature. And then
jackfruits.
yeah, if you see around here, like these quite pointy-leaved ones, these are all jackfruits, and they're actually growing. Hello, they're growing because we actually put a whole rotting jackfruit in the ground and let it rot as compost. And so now we're seeing the fruit, the seeds that have survived that, which is very cool. Before I finish this review, I wanted to mention is, I think it's one of the oldest we have. It's this plant right here. It's a lemon tree, and it's growing pretty much in exactly the same spot as the passion fruit, and they seem to be getting along nicely. It has an incredible density of leaves, like it's almost like it's a bonsai, but it's growing quite well now, and it had a period of not doing much, but all of the plants seem to have woken up recently, and they're very mobile. Also, look how thick this stem is, this passion fruit. It's like a tree, it's rock solid, wood solid, like a tree. It's absolutely incredible. And I hopefully can set up a little hydroponic system so that it can survive, because we're actually going away for possibly even a couple of months, and we kind of don't trust anyone to come in our house regularly, so we are going to have to set up some system to keep these plants at least somewhat watered and alive for the period that we're away. So as you can see by this bottle here, I'm testing some very slow drip hydroponic systems. It's just got almost like a little pinhole in it, and I'm seeing how slowly it comes out, because if it can go a week before emptying, I would be quite satisfied with that, and I would put a few in the ground. Okay, so before we finish off here, I just thought I'd show you what I consider our little plant nursery. It's anything that isn't in the big planter over there, we've got in here. So for example, we've got these sort of medium-aged passion fruits that they look like they could be ready for replanting, really, if we find a nice place for that. We've got what used to be a tomato, but it died. I don't think it liked the pot it was in very much. This is our sort of drier, deserty plants, and succulents. These ones barely need watering, and they're absolutely beautiful, and they might be one of my favorites as well. Look at this, they get some nice pinky roots out there as well as this cactus, which is slowly growing longer and longer by the month. It used to be about this tall. Now it's sort of spatulaed all the way out here. And look at this, we have a tomato plant that's flowering now. In fact, if you just tap them gently like that. Mint, which we
Forgot about the avocado.
Oh yeah, and alongside that we've got some more tomatoes, and I think that was bending over quite easy. Like a nice little cluster of tomatoes there too. In fact, I didn't even spot those. And I think there's a third one just here. Yeah, so these are the ones we've got going right now. Hoping to see more soon. Ooh, I just touched it and it smelled like a greenhouse. That's nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think, we have what seems to be a thorny lemon plant, which I've never seen before. We're pretty sure it's lemon, or possibly tangerine, but it has thorns, which is incredible. I've never actually seen that. But yeah, that's, in terms of the plants we've intended to put down, other than the little weeds that are growing in the side. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the summary of it all, guys. It's been a while, and it's come a long way, and I'm just very proud of it. This planter I built myself, and we lined it ourselves with our own ingenuity, and I think it came out absolutely amazing. I mean, you can see the results. We have a whole forest on our balcony. We have the greenest balcony of anyone in the housing place. So listen to the sponsor of this video, Sticky Bunny Weird, the best artist in the world. You can listen to her on Spotify, Apple Music, all of those things. Videos are on YouTube as well. So yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. And that's all, guys. I hope to see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Guys, sorry about the noise. I forgot to mention this passion fruit. It's actually grown a fruit.